This podcast is part of the Michigan Sports and Entertainment Podcast Network. Go to michigansportsandentertainment.com for more great podcasts.
I have a ranch, a horse, and a pretty girl.
Prototype X gonna give it to you.
PS1 graphics.
All that and more.
Cody, Terminator Omega Tyson.
Searching for Omega. System gone critical.
Bitch. Couldn't help
System gone, bitch.
Bitch. Couldn't fucking help myself.
In sequence now.
And bitch, see. I just want a robotic Jim Varney.
Bitch sequence.
God
Okay,
damn
Jesus. Okay, don't talk about Jim Varney.
Oh, I guess one. Bitch.
Quit being a bitch.
There needs to, okay, anytime there like has any kind of static interference, I want it to be bitch.
Covered with bitches.
Covered with. God damn it. Welcome to episode 72 of the Super Media Bros podcast. I'm Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okame.
And Odin, the dog, scratching around.
Bork.
Cult Cinema Showdown 23. Motherfuckers. It's a robocalypse now. Like,
It is.
It's just bots and Terminators. Are we covering RoboCop and Terminator?
No.
Good, because these didn't feel like it.
Yeah, they're like severely under there.
That's putting it very lightly. It's just very, very lightly.
You terminate a few brain cells.
God damn it. You know,
No joke.
I know we've already picked which episode we want to do drunk, but son of a bitch, I kind of wish it were this one.
I don't know. This one wasn't too terrible, except for parts of, R.O.T.O.R. I mean,
Yeah. So, if you haven't followed us and all that crap on social media, this is R.O.T.O.R versus Prototype X29A. And we know what you're thinking.
what the fuck are these movies?
Yeah. What the fuck are these movies?
But then again, they listen to us every week, and it's like, oh, they probably found some more stupid movies to watch. What stupid movies are they watching now?
Well, we got two stupid movies this week, as most of the weeks we do these things.
Watch those stupid movies.
They're not all stupid, but motherfucker, this one's up there.
It's not up there, but it's close.
It's up there to me in terms of like, hey, here's what you could get. Like, here's like the fucking movie cover, and then the movie happens, and you're like, what the fuck?
All the budget went into the poster, the promotional poster.
The proceeds went to the prosters.
Do you even bro?
do you even bro-tour? Super Media Bro-Tour.
There you go.
God damn it. Let's go ahead and get into R.O.T.O.R.
Put that as a next podcast name.
Super Media Bro-Tour. R.O.T.O.R is a film from 1987 directed by Cullen Blaine. This movie is essentially what would happen if you tore apart and threw back together pieces of RoboCop, Terminator, and the Judge Dredd comics. I'm not kidding. Mm-mm. And what does R.O.T.O.R stand for, you might ask? Robotic Officer Tactical Operation Research.
They couldn't have used a simple terminology. Wouldn't have had well, this one's not very impactful as a title either. It's just R.O.T.O.R. Okay.
R.O.T.O.R, ripped off Terminator or RoboCop.
That's an even better analogy.
You're fucking welcome.
Yeah.
So let's jump into this son of a bitch. That long title opening with the face of it.
But the way that they introduced the city of Dallas, it looked like one of those models that you find on a desk in a business office.
It looked like the OCP desktop city,
Yeah.
from RoboCop.
It was just so weird. Like, the camera was super shaky and just unclear, and then the buildings looked so fake until you actually saw cars driving by. I was like, oh, okay, so this is actually Dallas.
I don't know.
Where did the budget go? We don't know.
Yeah, probably to the footage, like the actual, footage they used for the cameras, but who knows?
Yeah.
The movie kind of opens up and it's all like, today's problems, murder, rape, robbery, and arson. Tomorrow's solution, R.O.T.O.R.
Yes.
What?
We already have a solution.
Yeah, and it's apparently this Joey Ryan pro wrestling, thing out there. It looks like Joey Ryan in a fucking cop suit, mustache and all.
It's like T1000, but with his face.
More like the T-1000.
Mm-hmm.
Before we even get there.
You mean T1000th?
Yeah. 1,000?
Yeah.
There's people, these people are traveling. And this is so fucking dumb. They're driving like on this little back road, I guess outside of Dallas, like in the little suburb area. And it's daylight. It looks like it's the morning, like daybreak.
Mm.
They hear an explosion. They stop to check it out, and it is suddenly nighttime.
Yeah, because when they find whoever's on the road, it was still daylight. And then they pan to the other angle, and it was nighttime.
I love how like abrupt it went, and it kind of never went resolved. These two people stop.
Mm-hmm.
And these people like go to check on them, and this other dude just whips a fucking gun out, and he's all like, "Y'all killed somebody." Like, really?
Somebody killed somebody.
Yeah, and there's really no resolution to this, other than we get a shot of this guy getting taken in, and then there's a voiceover from the character Barrett Cold Iron, and he's basically talking about how he wants to clean the streets up via a robotic police force. And we find out that he's the guy over like dubbing and voicing over this shit. He's the guy in the back seat they just arrested.
Which, by the way, the dialogue is just so
Overdubbed.
It's overdubbed, but at the same time, it's like you literally sit there and hear, "This is my story." On most of the sequences, and then the rest of it's just like natural dialogue. Put a microphone on the outside. Okay, we'll capture something, and then it's like, "And this is Cold Iron."
Yeah, but what about the other characters?
Who cares?
I'd care.
Bane cares.
Who cares? Bane cares about all the other characters in this movie.
And their digestion.
Strawberries.
Market fresh.
Peaches and cream. Peaches and cream.
You ate a salad.
I would love to see this movie done with fucking Tom Hardy's Bane, like in R.O.T.O.R's place. Everything.
Cold Iron's voice instead.
Oh no.
Yes.
No. Cold Iron's dialogue, but Bane, like talking.
I built this robot.
We built it shitty. Straight up, they built it shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Any fucking way, moving on. The police have taken him in for questioning. So we get like him start to talk and tell the story.
This happened.
Here's the whole movie as told by Cold Iron, basically, in this fucking interrogation room.
Now, let's not forget, throughout the entire film, there is a timestamp for almost every scene.
Yeah, every time they cut somewhere, it's a day of the week and the time, whether it's AM or PM.
And also the location, too.
They fucking want you to know. And you really don't need to know half the time where they're at and what time it is.
It's like Miami Connection's like somewhere in Miami.
Somewhere in Dallas. Somewhere on this fucking farm that's probably not actually Dallas.
No.
Because we find out that Cold Iron is, he lives on a farm with a horse. Big ass farm. One horse.
And I tried so hard with the sequence of just going through his house. I was going to say, there got to be some eggs somewhere. There has to be some fucking eggs somewhere. And all I saw was a half-eaten donut. I was so disappointed in this film.
You were disappointed?
I was disappointed. Egg served cold.
Just like Revenge.
Yeah.
It's very much not an excellent time to be alive.
Not really.
So they go on this. Yeah, exactly. So they go on this. What is it, like Texas sized? It was like this mug that just says like Texas coffee.
Yeah.
And it's just a big fucking mug. He goes and feeds this horse a carrot. And they show him just kind of getting dressed. And then this music kicks in when he wakes up. I was just like, are we watching fucking Rawhide?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
R.O.T.O.R hide.
Yeah. And he goes outside, and we find out that he knows what he's doing with explosives because what does he do? He blows up a fucking tree.
You
But
know,
just a random ass tree out there.
every
blows it up.
every morning, you know, that's his routine. Just this random tree, I'll blow it up again.
That's his version of wake and bake. He's like,
Best part of waking up
nope, his blown up trees in your cup.
in that Texas size cup.
Yeah, exactly. Oh fuck! Just why? I don't. It just, and it's not even like, oh, I'm gonna go like pour gasoline and blow this tree up. He fucking takes this wiring, rolls it out, and like Wile E. Coyotes the shit out of it when he does. He just shink,
Yeah, because the tree must have been explosive or something. He just, hot wires a tree to
why
it.
don't you treat me better? Just leave me alone.
Quit barking orders. Let's get to the root of the problem.
Why don't you stick up for me every once in a while?
Let's branch out our horizons.
Wouldn't you?
I'm stumped. He is after that explosion.
Yes, he is. Very splintery. So he winds up getting a phone call from his wife. They never said if that chick that he talks to throughout this movie is married or not.
Some fling.
Can we just call her like the girl fling? Not even a girlfriend or a wife. Girl fling.
Take a look at my girl fling.
She's the only one I got. Probably not.
Not anymore.
Dick power.
Activate.
Anyway, so he leaves and he heads over to this fucking science lab at the police station that he obviously works at. He gives a whole other voiceover about it.
I work at this police station as a scientist.
They assigned me a science project.
And what is it? A robot.
I won 3rd place and got a bronze medal for this.
In 8th grade.
Bitch, that thing looks like an 8th grade science project too. That fucking robot that looks like Rosie from
like-
Jetsons.
It's like E.T. and Rob 64 had a love child. With cop colors on it.
For those of you familiar with the Rob, the R.O.B., the robot from the Nintendo days, yeah. This is kind of like that.
Very poor, misdirection here, too, with it.
That fucking thing is the funniest part of this movie.
The only part of it.
The way he fucking talks and shit. Like, he gets told something, then he walks over.
No, he rolls over.
Yeah, he just rolls with the punches. Then he talks about something with cold iron. I couldn't remember. It was like something about what he eats and all this other shit like that. And he's all like, it's what is it, like handball relief or some bullshit. And I fucking love it. He's just like, I got your handball relief right here, pal. And then he fucking hits on that secretary.
It's like, how about them 7 digits? And then the right-hand man of Cold Iron was like, get over here. Oh, okay.
Just, oh. But you hear like an echo and he's just so let down. What a piece of shit. Fuck. But anyway, Cold Iron winds up giving this this fucking speech at this lab meeting with all these scientists or whatever. Apparently he's put in charge of this project, and it's the R.O.T.O.R project. So, obviously we're expecting something grand.
Yeah.
Cody,
But
what did we get instead of grand?
It looks like a Max Headroom music video.
It's so fucking
It's this poorly done together CGI of a skeletal robot looking concoction. I don't know what the fuck to call this thing. And as he's explaining it to the board of directors, or whatever you want to call them, he's literally saying, oh yes, this thing knows all the martial arts and the yoga poses and the breathing techniques and the marathon running and all the, on combat training. And he's just like stop motioning in the freaking screen, just like
he's convulsing. He's doing back stretches and he looks like he's straight up doing. And they say it too. They come out and say it. They're like, oh, he can do everything from aerobics to Tai Chi, and he's just doing aerobic stretching. He's aerobicizing.
No, it's aerobics to Tai Chi, and he does this freaking Hail Hitler looking fucking shit.
Oh, I'm sorry, aerobics to not see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did not see that coming.
No, definitely did not.
Did not
I did not.
see.
And of course, exactly. The board questions this because, why the fuck wouldn't you question this fucking thing that
Why do you have Hitler-based robot in front of us? What is this going to do for our
you already
country?
know what it's going to fucking do?
It's going to take over the world.
Exactly. Cold Iron says by next year, the robot will be fully functional. Like, it's very much years down the line. And he even says, like, 20 years from now, we'll have a lot of these things, replacing or helping cops.
Right.
So what happens? He gets, which I thought was hilarious because you thought the dude's name was Burglar at first, which it should be.
Was it Lord Commander Burglar?
I'm going to call him Lord Commander. Like, he's just Commander Bugler, but Lord Commander Hamburglar.
Yes. Rubble.
Can he just be the Hamburglar? The Hamburglar would have probably been a better role.
Yeah, because he literally got a phone call from this motherfucker and got his ass reamed. It's like, no, you have 60 days.
It's the Hamburglar with a side of R.O.T.O.R tots. Just in a side of oil for
with a handball shake with that.
Hand mix, handball shake. Ew. So he tells Cold Iron, hey, so all this money that we basically stole, like they pretty much admit over the phone to each other, like how they mishandled the money. They got these grants and they were stealing basically from the government to fund these projects, put them in their pocket. Cold Iron got all this money to start this R.O.T.O.R project. And now he's saying that his benefactor is asking for the results on this, which he told the guy, oh, it'll be a while. And the guy was like, no, you have 60 days. So he fucking tells Cold Iron, you have 60 days.
And then he's like, no, it's not possible. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh my God, that whole fucking scene where he's like, you either do it or we're both going to be in federal prison for misappropriation of federal funds. Fire me and I'll make noise. I'll make more noise than two skeletons fucking in a tin coffin.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
The best line in the whole fucking film.
I immediately thought about a washing machine with one singular pillow in it on one side, swinging and rocking it back and forth, and you just hear the sound of dong, dong, dong.
Actually, I'm curious. I'm gonna get Halloween props of a skeleton and just shove the bones in there and just let it roll. See how it sounds.
Roll the bones.
Yeah. Roll them bones.
Roll that beautiful bone footage. So Cold Iron winds up quitting the project, but of course, his guy was like, Hamburglar is all like, oh, you're fired, dude.
Give the keys to your next hand, man.
Bitch, I quit. So he gives it to the lab assistant.
And then he freaks out. It's like, we don't have time to do it. We can't do it in 60 days. And he tells the robot, it could be in your responsibility if you're not careful. And he's just like, nah, I don't want it.
Yeah, fuck this shit. I want to be responsible for shit. Fuck you. So he calls his girlfriend. Hey, can you leave work? And
why? What's the reason?
Yeah.
I quit.
Yeah, he's like, I quit. And she's like, see you in 20. And in the fucking quickest phone call, I swear to God, it was like those Life Alert commercials, YouTube poops.
Yeah.
Where they just pick it up. Whoop, she just picks it up. Hey, going to lunch. Click. Mm-hmm. God damn, I wish. You know how easy it would be to just get shit done at work? If you're just like, hey, I'm going to lunch. And they were just like, okay, done. Yep. And nobody probably even heard that. Her boss is probably sitting there chewing her out. You better pick up the goddamn phone. Ain't nobody there.
Nope.
I mean, just, yeah.
I need those copies.
Right now.
Where is she? Don't know.
Bitch.
Fuck! Jetson!
Dude, yes. I fucking swear. So anyway, they fucking go, and there's this small little, I don't even want to call it a montage. It's just because to me, a montage signifies something really important happening, something awesome happening. It's just some quick fade in and fade out footage of them meeting, going to this restaurant, sitting down. But I would just want to ask, what the fuck is this music that's happening during this?
I don't know either.
What the fuck is any of the music in this doing?
I mean, a lot of it was really good, except for these just random sequences of Rawhide from earlier.
Right? And then anyway, they cut back to the lab from this shit. And it's so ridiculous because we didn't really need to see what they were doing because they didn't really talk about much. They just were there.
Yeah.
He didn't act like he was sad about being fired or quitting. But we go back to the lab, and some of the stuff from this movie was supposed to be kind of humorous and tongue-in-cheek. And I can't remember if I read about if it were the producers or director or somebody involved with this film basically got pissed off and cut a lot of the comedy aspect out. But some of it kind of, was in there still because the fucking... Was it the robot? Or the lab assistant that was like, what do you think this is? Some low-budget sci-fi movie?
It was the robot, I believe.
Yeah. And that was great. He was breaking the fourth wall like, dude, yeah, it actually is a low budget sci-fi
Very
movie.
self-aware. I was like, oh yeah, you know what we're doing.
And then that fucking lab custodian that was hitting on the one chick, and we never see these two characters like ever again.
That do remind me of like a Indian prince. Because the way he talked, he's just like, oh baby. You know, once you go red, you stay in bed.
God damn it. That was the fucking most cringe line in this entire movie. Once you go red, you never get out of the bed. Okay. Watch me fucking leave.
Yeah.
Cause I fucking would. That ain't cool. Next page. Ow. Fuck this table. So the custodian fucks up the machinery with his metal comb because, you know, he's like the Fonz of this movie.
Yeah, he puts like some kind of like circuit together with his comb and it starts sparking. Everything starts activating. It's like, uh-oh.
You already know it's coming.
Yep. R.O.T.O.R.
Yeah. So I thought this was funny. Like they cut over to Cold Iron going to this convenience store named the D&J. Hi, DJ.
Yeah, and Beth.
Untrained eye. Go listen to them.
Y'all have a convenience store in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Weren't you aware?
Did you know that, DJ? You probably have residuals coming in and you don't even fucking know it.
Yeah, royalties and shit.
Exactly. So at the D&J store, I'm just going to call it the DJ store because like fuck the D&J. It's the DJ store.
There is no and. It's just DJ.
It's the DJ store and Beth runs that bitch. Like straight up. That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. So Cold Iron shows up to the DJ store, scares off some rando in a car. And he gets this newspaper because when he talks about breaking change, he's like, I'll call your plates in.
Yeah, he literally just like flashed his gun. The guy flipped the fuck out and took off. It's like, wow, that was unnecessarily dramatic.
Yeah, and you don't really pick up on it. And he goes and gets the newspaper and puts his gun in there. And some dude comes out the store and he punches the fuck out of this guy. Like he punches him and kicks him into this like awning. Mm-hmm. And then a guy comes out with a hostage and like a gun pointed at her. And this is where you're like, oh, he's thwarting a robbery.
Yay.
I fucking think it's hilarious. Like, blow her brains out, man. What you got a newspaper? What does he say? Something like, what do you got a newspaper for anyway? Mm-hmm. And he pulls off some like stupid fucking like dumbass John Wayne talk.
Yeah.
Which it would have been a lot better if he was like, it's hidden in black and white, Pilgrim. And then he just fucking pull. I don't know. That's probably the dumbest fucking line ever. But still, it was this movie, so it probably would have been said. Mm-hmm. No, read it and weep, chump. And fucking shoots him. That's better.
You're on the front page, Pilgrim.
What do you got in your hand? The obituaries, punk. Shoots the fuck out of him. But he shoots the fuck out of him.
What do you got there? It's classified.
It's funny, huh?
It's comical.
Yes. Shoots the fuck out of this guy. And right in the forehead. No bones about it. Just shoots him right in the fucking forehead. Mm-hmm. And he calls it in and shit. And back at the lab, the scientist and the robot are trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Well, R.O.T.O.R wakes the fuck up and just kind of moves the glass out of the way of his little cylindrical, like, coffin-looking stasis chamber.
His tin coffin that he's been fucking in.
I could see through that shit.
God. He had such a boner.
So he just goes to a locker, and I think that's what's funny about this. He just wakes up. He knows where to go to get his fucking clothes. And then he walks out to get his custom motorcycle that we affectionately called the R.O.T.O.R cycle.
Because why not?
And they were stupid for missing the fucking boat on that one. It's the rotor cycle. And then I think we just went on a whole tangent. Does he live in a rotor home?
Yeah. It's on his rotor mobile.
That's it. If he were a plumber, would he be rotor rooter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, he drives off to stop crimes. Or whatever the fuck it is he's programmed to do. Which is to be there and to judge and execute.
And I immediately thought of pilot music when he started getting on the cycle.
Dude, yeah. So for most of this movie, I think he only takes the helmet off maybe once or maybe removes his glasses once. He keeps this motorcycle helmet and his sunshades on in this full like jacket cop suit with leather gloves and everything. Mm-hmm. full black motorcycle. Looks slick as fuck, honestly.
Yeah.
And so you sit there and you're like, oh man, this might be good. And he's just, again, he's got that big, thick fucking like Joey Ryan mustache. And it's like, oh my God, this is the fucking greatest thing ever.
It's like, how can you be intimidated by this thing?
Right? But what cracked me up is they cut back to the fucking lab and they're still trying to figure out what happened. And the damn robot just sits there and he's like, I have a feeling this is how Terminator got started.
Yeah.
Can we make it any more apparent that you guys are ripping off RoboCop and Terminator?
I mean, they find it humorous that they do it. So, like, you'll just put the dialogue in there.
Fuck yeah, but it is funny. But it's very apparent that they're ripping the shit off. But it's funny still.
We did this shit.
So R.O.T.O.R stops this. These are two random people.
Because they ran a stop sign. They were arguing in the car, and he pulls them over. Guy's like trying to bribe him like $20 to let him go.
I fucking love it. It's like
And
$20 says you'll let me go.
And he pulls his gun out and he shoots through the freaking bill right through his forehead, like immediately after.
Yeah.
So what does homegirl do?
Yeah, Sonia, which we didn't really figure her name out until later. So Sonia.
She flips the fuck out. She honks the horn, but apparently this is his ultimate weakness. Loud noises.
Loud noises. Really? Come on now.
Because he acts like the freaking symbiote from Spider-Man 3. He's just like, oh my God, I can't stand this noise.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but you know what I thought about the whole fucking time when he was walking up to pull them over? Like, you know, fucking you get pulled over. Cops usually like come to the window. They're like, license and registration, please. Or, sir, do you know why I stopped you today? Blah, blah, blah. Fucking just R.O.T.O.R just walks up. You know what really grinds my gears? That should be his thing.
You know what really grinds my gears?
You know what really grinds my rotors? You. Just like that's it. And he just stops and pauses. You.
Subtle dramatic pause. You.
Oh my God. So here's the thing. She drives away. Like she gets away. He's behind her again. So what does this dumbass do? The dumb bitch fucking stops the car again.
Yeah, he gets hit by the car, and he proceeds to try and get her out of the car. And I don't know what the fuck he's doing at this point, but he's like humping the side of the car.
Yeah, he's reaching in for her, but guys, look, he's been in cryostasis for a very long time. He's got a metal dick.
Yeah. He's trying to unlock the car with his dick. He thinks it's the key.
Yeah, he went from R.O.T.O.R to R.O.T.O.R. Just saying. So yeah.
But yeah, he gets knocked off the car. She takes off.
He gets off on the car.
He gets off on the car and gets off the car. All in the same sequence. And proceeds to, dust himself off. Get on that cycle.
Like it never happened.
Yeah.
Then she drives off to some fucking rando gas station.
Which the way that they blurred out the sign with the pillar, it looked like it said big dicks.
Yeah. Or was that later on? Yeah, that was a little bit later on. Because she goes at his gas station, it's fucking closed. And she bangs around on the window. And then she goes to a payphone and calls the Dallas Police Department, who really they can't help each other because she's like, oh, you need to stay put. Or they're like, you need to stay put.
That's right.
And she's like, I can't stay put because he's
trying to kill me.
Yeah. So where are you at? Oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm on I-20, blah, blah, blah. This
random highway in Dallas.
Which, yeah. So she fucking leaves because she tells him where she's going to be going, what road she'll be on. R.O.T.O.R fucking shows up on his motorcycle and somehow
R.O.T.O.R cycle.
Yeah, his R.O.T.O.R cycle.
Get it right.
And can somehow retrace everything that happened.
Yeah, he's like a security camera. Like, he literally saw the car back out and take off in the direction. And he just puts his glasses back on, gets off on the road again.
Just can't wait to get on the road again. Yep. Anyway, so all this shit happens, okay? And then Cold Iron winds up getting informed of what's been happening because this is when he had called, right? He had called the science lab or some shit.
Yep. They're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. Where's R.O.T.O.R? And I think at this point he goes to the science lab and he's trying to type in like all the coding and stuff. And
yeah.
he's like, where's R.O.T.O.R? And it's like unavailable. What do you mean unavailable? Like, where is he unavailable? You know, sequence, he's already ready for judge, jury, and execution, or whatever the fuck he said. Basically, that's his protocol now, is to just
Judge and execute. on
judge
site.
and execute. Yeah. So he's just sitting there like, fuck.
So he calls this guy who, his name's John Mango. But he needs to be called John Mangu.
For sake of humor reasons.
So John Mangu finds out what happened to the girl. Then he calls Bugler and tells him to go fuck himself, basically. Says that R.O.T.O.R is not going to stop. And he pretty much gives this whole spiel of him being like the original T-800, where he's like, he can't be stopped. He can't be reasoned with. He can't be bargained with.
Can't be burgled with.
He can't be burgled with. You hamburgling fuck?
Suck on that dick.
Suck on my R.O.T.O.R cock, bitch.
My cold iron cock.
My cold iron cock. The detective is in town, goddammit.
True detective.
So she goes to a restaurant.
Yep.
And at first, it looks like a bar. Because if a gas station is closed in Dallas, it's late. Is this an actual 24-hour diner or is this a fucking bar? Because it looks dark as shit on the inside. So that was in my head. I was like, she goes to a bar and wants coffee. But it turns out, I guess it's a restaurant or a bar and grill. Who fucking knows? Either way, she wants some coffee.
How's that coffee? Awesome.
Awesome. So R.O.T.O.R shows up and busts in through the back door because, he's a backdoor robot. His robo-bum.
Busting nuts and bolts.
Exactly. Walks in and pan fries the cook on the goddamn griddle.
Which at this point, these are the most realistic fucking teeth I've ever seen on any freaking person. Freaking looked like he put chiclets in his front teeth.
Oh, was he like when he was just like kind of spitting them out a little bit? Or it was just his teeth were large?
No, his teeth were extremely large and white.
He looked like, what's his name from Dennis the Menace? Mr. Wilson.
Mr. Wilson, yeah. When they replaced the teeth with the chiclets. Because literally, you saw the face in the camera over the fryer, and you just saw freaking buck teeth just, help! Get us out of his mouth.
Jesus Christ. So he does that, and then he busts through the front. Now, what makes me laugh about this is it's just like this silhouette. Everybody just immediately fucking leaves. Out of nowhere, Sonya runs for it. These three dudes come in, and they all look like bouncers.
Which, yet again, a pathetic display of showing who's the bigger man, who's badass. Because he takes down the first two pretty easily. And the third
with
guy...
his Tai Chi.
Yeah, with his Tai Chi. Air quote heavily.
He just...
Yeah. But the third guy was the most humorous because he literally was the most, built one of the group.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he pulls his fucking shirt off and it's like, now it's my turn. And he slaps his muscles and stuff, and he tries to, grab R.O.T.O.R, but he grabs his hands. All he does is bear hug on him, and he just pushes him to the ground and just slaps him with a freaking bitch slap, and then barely hits him in the face. I'm like, this is pathetic.
It really fucking is, man. And he just steps over when he walks out the fucking place, too.
Yeah, you get like a faint squish in the background. I was like,
Sorry about your cellulite, dude. He just fucking steps right over him.
sorry about your roids.
Rotoroids.
Yeah, rotoroids.
Rotoroids.
When regular steroids aren't enough.
Is that how he got that mustache?
Yeah.
Like, just like a side effect of the rotoroids. He just gets
You get a very distinct mustache.
He gets a very huge lip eyebrow. Like it's just large.
Lip brow. Large and in charge. Rotoroids.
Oh man, that thing needs to have its own fucking movie. Could give Charles Bronson a run for his fucking money on the mustache department there. Maybe even Tom Selleck. Who knows?
Thing has its own zip code at this point in Dallas. There's so many of them over there.
It's like a fucking broom.
Yeah.
It's like seriously, it looks like somebody just was. Guys, we need a prop for this man because the clean shaven look isn't gonna go. Oh, hang on. That'll do.
Yep. That works.
Just slap a broom on his face. It smells good.
He just Cloroxed his mind.
Clorox the fuck out of this place. So anyway,
Fresh.
fish. Sonya goes to this place. I guess it's the same place. It's got to be Big Jack's. Like, it's got to be right outside in the parking lot. Because she goes outside, and the dude in the, I guess it's like a glass box or something.
Yeah, it's like if you ever have Walmart that have the little gas stations and they have the little receptacle where they pay the, get the gas and all that shit. It's basically like that. And I don't know if this guy was like Mexican or something, but he was like, over here.
Holy free holies, motherfucker, come here.
Come here, padre. Or come here, senorita. Whatever you want to call it. And she hides behind him, basically.
And dude, R.O.T.O.R just appears out of thin air.
Yeah, because the camera pans to the box, and then all of a sudden it pans back to the gas pumps. There's R.O.T.O.R.
He's like, don't, I'm here.
So he literally walks up, and she's like, don't say I'm here.
Yeah, it's like it's like that age-old thing of like, nobody home. Bitch, somebody's there. Like,
No, Superman, no, here.
oh my fucking God, yeah, just like Family Guy, that whole, what's her name?
Consuela.
Yeah. No, Mrs. Sonia no live here. No,
Which-
Mr. R.O.T.O.R.
Which, what he does to respond to that, he just literally rips through the freaking glass panel and just, whoop.
God, dude, he fucking yanks the shit out of that dude.
Yeah, I mean, you literally just hear
What?
nothing.
He just yeets him out of the fucking window. Really, really hard. I was waiting on Stone Cold Steve Austin at that point, dude, honestly. He just breaks the fucking glass. But what I kept laughing at is I didn't really pay attention to where the hole in the glass was at.
Yeah, because the way the angle of the hand was, it was a little bit higher than where the normal like opening is. And we thought he went straight through the glass, but apparently he didn't even touch the glass until after he threw the guy out.
Just like fucking... whoop. He literally T-1000s through it and then rips him the fuck out. Dude, please, God, somebody redub that shit. And it's not even the glass. You just hear...
It's like a Mexican baby being born.
Oh, fuck. So this is all happening, okay? And this trucker just appears out of nowhere. Because that's what happens.
Just throw the trucker in there.
Yeah, just, guys, we need something happening. Well, just make sure you don't hear the engine, but just put the truck there. We'll frame it in the shot, get the guy walking out of it, and then just have him get shot in the face.
Put the trucker in there.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket. So the dude gets shot because he starts talking shit to R.O.T.O.R. He's like, oh, you pull that thing out, you're going to have a bullet for teeth or something. I don't fucking know what the hell it was.
He gets shot dead, and then he falls to the ground and shoots R.O.T.O.R. just by random chance, and R.O.T.O.R. just kind of like drops to the ground. It's like that. It's like that shark meat vine that.
And then Cold Iron shows up in a truck, or that okay.
No, it's an SUV, I think.
It looks like a Ford Bronco.
That's probably, yeah.
I mean, it could be, it couldn't be. I don't fucking know.
It's fucking Dallas. It was probably a Bronco.
Okay. So he shows the fuck up and throws the girl. He's trying to save Sonya. R.O.T.O.R. winds up punching him and shit. Cold Iron shoots R.O.T.O.R. a few times in the back.
Let's stop for a second. This part I was kind of curious about the most, in that he picks Cold Iron up, sits him on the hood of the car, and then knocks him off. Like, it's not like, here, let me manhandle you into the car and then hit you. No, he literally picks him up like he's about to like go, cold dick into him and just knocks him off.
Oh, God. It's so bad.
He's just so subtle with them.
He just...
No, it's just like, hold on. So, yeah.
R.O.T.O.R. no!
Oh,
no! I think I'm gonna goo!
What am I going to do?
Think I'm gonna goo!
Oh, shit.
Right.
But
So,
yeah, Sonya, whatever fuck her name is, she takes off in the car, and yeah.
Well, can we talk about how easy R.O.T.O.R should have been to stop this whole time. Because Cold Iron pulls out this metal device that we later learn down is a shutdown key. So he's holding this thing up at him, and R.O.T.O.R just like gets angry.
This thing looks like a stick of gum.
It's like how to chew gum, how it feels to chew 5 gum.
You want 5 gum?
No, it's him presenting it to him, and then it's R.O.T.O.R responding. He's like, how it feels to chew 5 gum. Why is he getting angry? Why is this fucking thing showing emotion? He's a goddamn cyborg.
Why are you so angry about gum?
Because I gotta chew it.
I got chewed out
I got chewed out.
by burglar.
The Hamburglar chewed me out.
And now I just chew gum.
No, man.
Nom nom, man.
Nom nom, man. The long arm of the gnaw. So
I fought the nom and the nom one.
Where were you stationed in Vietnam?
Nom nom.
So Cold Iron fucking tells Sonya to keep him chasing her so he can somehow he wants this girl. Like I think like Cold Iron might be the laziest motherfucker in this whole movie. Keep getting him to chase you, blah blah blah. So he can call this bitch in Dallas named Steele, Dr. Steele, which the name of this movie was originally called Blue Steel.
I thought it was in Houston.
Houston, yeah, but it's Texas. Fuck it.
One big thing.
Yeah. So he calls this chick, Dr. Steele, in Houston, flies her to Dallas. Apparently she's supposed to be some sort of badass or whatever, but here's the part I didn't understand. When they are at the airport and they're doing the scene in the airport, there are clearly flights going out of Los Angeles. Like they're talking about like departures from Los Angeles, not to, but from. I mean, or like that they are in Los Angeles, like they're leaving. It's like, oh, we're leaving from Los Angeles to go to this, that, or the other.
So apparently she made a round trip to Los Angeles to go back to Houston and go to Dallas.
Exactly. I mean, because that's what you do. Do you just fly out from Houston straight to Dallas?
You would think they would like move the camera or edit it to where it's like, let's not show Los Angeles.
Nah, leave it in there. Fuck them. Seriously, like, fuck them.
It's LA. They may think it's Louisiana.
Exactly. We'll just cover it up. That round trip in Los Angeles. Fuck!
Fire that bitch. But I didn't do anything wrong. You said the wrong city.
It's not Los Angeles if there's not periods between them. Or dots. Whatever the fuck. You're fired. Parker, you're fired.
Crap.
More
crap.
Mega crap.
Mega crap.
Any fucking
It's about to get real up in here. Mega crap.
Anyway, so this random part where R.O.T.O.R decides, hey, I need to recharge. I've been shot a lot because Cold Iron shot the fuck out of him as he was driving away on his little fucking motorcycle.
Yep.
So he shows up to this fucking station and this dude's underneath this truck working on it. And you just see R.O.T.O.R like pick these cables up from the battery and he holds them.
And he taps them together and literally everything goes invert, like color-wise. You just see like you're in a trip or something. And then he, off-screen, tosses the mechanic underneath the car. And all you hear is like, oh, Pete, don't fail me now. Oh, Lord Jesus.
It reminds me of that Eddie Murphy Delirious skit where he's talking about his Aunt Bunny that falls down the steps.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Jesus, God help me. Lord Jesus, I'm falling down the stairs. Oh, Lord Jesus, please. I'm halfway down now. Like just that whole fucking thing.
Yeah, because this guy jumps over like a stack of tires. He could have just easily gone around the tires. No, he jumps through the tires and knocks them down.
He's going to get his stunt work in on this movie, dude.
Yeah. He's going to retire after this one.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. LA Airport, Dr. Steele, Cold Iron.
Retirement.
Retirement. Like, that's all you need to know.
Yep.
The music is just fucking top notch at this point, dude. Like, it's so bad. Like, when they're walking through the fucking airport, I can't tell what's going on. What mood are they going for? Well, and then apparently they figure out that R.O.T.O.R is just reprogramming himself on the fly because, I mean, that's a thing, apparently.
Just shoved in there.
Shoved in there.
Like the cock of justice.
R.O.T.O.R. Halt, I am R.O.T.O.R.
Oh, hi, R.O.T.O.R.
God damn it. So R.O.T.O.R, it just cuts from all the airport shit to broad daylight. Sonia's still driving this fucking car. I want to know if she's been running from this motherfucker, how did she have time to stop for gas?
I mean, gas is cheap.
Yeah, but I mean, like, at the time, you think, she's like, come on, gotta fill this fucking vehicle up. R.O.T.O.R, like, shows up at the last fucking second, and she bolts again.
He's like Michael Myers, just poof, dun, dun.
He just poofs out of thin air. The smell of gasoline triggers me. I must show up at every fucking gas station possible in this movie.
It's like pumps gas, trigger.
I'm here. Trigger warning. Unleaded.
Judged and execution.
So she's driving, and then he shows up on his motorcycle. She runs him off the road. The fucking cliff dive that happens when he flies off this thing is just amazing. The camera is set up underneath, and he's just jumping face first, like overhead, and he looks like he's one of those base jumpers, just without the suit.
Yep. I mean, he reminded me like a rag doll that somebody just threw over a camera. It's like, oh, there you go.
Just Wile E. Coyotes at the fuck all the way down the cliff.
You hear the Wilhelm scream.
just fucking hits the ground. And at this point, Cold Iron and Dr. Steel are driving towards this because earlier, whenever Sonya had escaped, Cold Iron, when he told her to keep him running after her, he was like, do you know where Lake Dallas is? No. Do you know where Kane's fishing pond is? Bitch, if she don't know where Dallas pond is or lake, how do you think she's gonna know where this fucking boat launch is?
You don't know where a big ass fucking body of water is, but you can very well know where a small little shack is.
We need to find this fucking shack.
Shack.
So anyway, they get there somehow. They've chased him. Sonya's trying to get into this was goddamn hilarious, dude. Like, she gets in this boat. There's just a random, like, it's not even like a full-blown rope or a string, but somewhere in between, attached to the ass end of this boat on land. She gets in it, goes to get in the water, and just kind of scoot out into the middle of the lake, and it just stops. She's like, well, fuck. She turns around.
Trigger.
Dum dum. And then he's like face first, and he's just like taking his glasses off. And when he talks, it is almost inaudible some of the time that he says what he says. What?
Like that.
Do you fucking require a lozenge?
No. That's what you hear.
It's like
he's like robotically stroking. Just No, it reminds me on Futurama. There was that episode where they were trying to replace one of the characters on All My Circuits, and as soon as they found out who whoever was,
the real Slim Shady.
So I don't know what it was. I forgot the episode, like all these. But basically, the kid drops from the parachute from the ceiling, and he's like, "I'm gonna tell you, the real person is," and then like everybody at Planet Express is like, "I don't know who the writer is, but he's so good at suspense."
Jesus fuck. There was no suspense here whatsoever. It was just funny because when that happens, Cold Iron and Steel like come upon the scene. They stop. Well, we better go on foot from here. Dude, she's getting fucking attacked right now. You really think you need to be going on foot somewhere? Just drive the fucking car straight down to that bitch.
Well, no, they needed, camera time for Miss Steele's freaking skunk mohawk hair.
Dude, Pepe Le Bleu. That's all I gotta say. If she was supposed to be Blue Steel, it's Pepe Le Bleu.
Pepe Le Blue Steel.
Yeah, so that's a fucking thing.
Yep.
And they show up, and the idea, which we find out later, that they put into place, the idea is to basically like draw and quarter R.O.T.O.R to these trees by his arms and legs and blow him the fuck up.
This is what Cold Iron was training for every day.
His whole fucking life.
He was blowing up trees.
He was blowing up trees so he could blow up this motherfucker like so hard.
Near a tree.
He just thought of R.O.T.O.R. He's like, you are a tree.
Mm-hmm. I imagine you as a tree. You will blow up as a tree.
With your sunshades and your fucking helmet. You will blow the fuck up, bitch.
And your stash.
The stash are his leaves. So the whole time that this is happening, like he gets Sony to safety, and Steel is like legit hand to hand fighting this motherfucker. Where did this gun come from, though? She pulls this big fucking gun. I guess it was up her ass the whole time.
Yeah, this big ass assault rifle and it's shot like a damn shotgun. Almost.
She just pulls it out like, she's like, look at my gun, and she fucking shoots the shit out of him.
And there was one point, I think it was her being picked up by R.O.T.O.R, and she stuck her hands in his chest and just like opened his chest up, and it was just like this green fucking like oil goo came out, and then everything went inverted again.
Do you remember the fucking do you remember the Jello mold that Aunt Bethany brought at Christmas Vacation?
Yes.
With the cat food in it. That's what this looked like.
Mm-hmm. It was not numb.
So he's the one that Aunt Bethany gave the fucking shit to. So we see what happens when you eat the gelatin.
Her
mold.
gelatin, yeah. It turns you into a freaking psychotic robot.
Gelator. More! Feed me! Feed me, R.O.T.O.R. Feed me! So he fucking squeezes the literal life out of this bitch. Like, dude, she breaks. Like, the sound it made was kind of like the fucking sound the sticks made when Cold Iron blew them up. You just hear just cracking.
Imagine like a piece of bamboo being like crumpled and broken up. That, yeah.
Yeah, just oof. Knuckle cracking. Just the one snap.
No. As soon as she gets, snap you hear.
Just the gelatin flies out of her.
Bill Cosby in the background.
Oh.
It's pudding time.
God damn it. So they blow him the fuck up, right? And it turns out that this is the explosion that you hear in the very beginning of the movie when those two passerbys came along, and yeah.
There was a murder in these parts.
There's a murder. We don't take too kindly to you being in these parts, motherfucker. Click, bitch. So we get back to the interrogation room, and he's all standing up like, yeah, so you see, couldn't have possibly had anything to do with it. Blah, blah, blah. Leaves the fucking key to R.O.T.O.R on the table and walks out. And you're like, dude, it's a great fucking ending. He's just going to go off and do his thing. The robot's gone, and... But wait.
Not to mention the line that he gave us, which is one of the intro lines. I have a ranch, I have a horse, and I have a pretty girl.
He's getting out of here. He's done, y'all.
Yep.
He's just Thanosing the fuck out of this bitch. Like, he's going to go retire in the garden.
Yep.
But there's more.
Oh, no. He walks out the station.
To his car.
And then you literally see some guy in a trench coat pull out a freaking shotgun and just shoot him.
Real hard. You just hear...
And then after that part, you just see it's fucking burglar.
Yeah, and then he was just... he basically kind of repeats a line that Cold Iron had said to him earlier. He was just... What did he say?
I thought he said like judge and execute or something.
Yeah, COD. And what?
What the hell does that even mean?
I think he fucked up and was trying to say like, like cold, like basically just like bitch served cold. But I don't fucking know. I didn't write this movie. I don't know if I would have wanted to write this movie.
But no, it doesn't stop there at all. It actually leads up, to there is the will of Cold Iron.
Goes to his nephew,
Goes
Brett.
to his nephew, who we don't fucking know about the entire fucking movie until right now.
Yeah, because for the most part, you think this is just some rando guy that's got no other family, and he's just like this bachelor dude that lives on a ranch and fucks his girlfriend, and that's it. Which you don't really hear much from anybody else at this point.
So yeah, he apparently inherits everything that Cold Iron had, and he realizes he has all this research and notes about R.O.T.O.R. And that's pretty much...
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, there's like a little voiceover that he leaves because I guess he did like some kind of voice recording will for his nephew. And they cut to a shot of another R.O.T.O.R in the lab, and it says R.O.T.O.R 2. And we're assuming this was supposed to be a sequel because the body of steel has become the basis for R.O.T.O.R 2.
Now, my only complaint about that ending, it could have stopped as soon as he walked out of the station. Like, we didn't need any of that other shit.
No, we didn't. And quite frankly, I feel like this ending ruined the movie.
Yeah. Because, like, I felt so just a time waste right there for those 5 minutes or however long it was.
It feels like it was literally a reshoot just to be like, yeah, we're going to make a sequel. We're just going to call it R.O.T.O.R.
Not R.O.T.O.R, R.O.T.O.R.
R.O.T.O.R. That sequel never fucking happened for obvious reasons. It didn't fucking need one, and it doesn't ever fucking... Well, you know, I wouldn't be surprised at this day and age, like the way cult films have been going, if we had somebody that came along and were like, you know, we should probably, like, make a sequel to this.
How about not?
Please don't fucking do that.
Because if you're going to make another ending like that on the second one, I'm just going to be writing to every single person involved with those films and be like, y'all need to stop.
They open up the fucking letter. Another one opens the letter.
Yep.
And another. And another.
It's literally like the R.O.T.O.R sequence where he's just pimp slapping that one dude.
It's just the hand comes out of the envelope and bitch slaps the fuck out of him.
Yep.
How dare you?
Don't make another one.
Bitch.
But yeah, that's R.O.T.O.R.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know. I'm not sorry. Like, the movie is really enjoyable to watch in a very, like, ironic way. Like, it's ironically fun to watch because it's one of those, I'm just going to make a fuckload of popcorn. I'm just going to...
Or buy a 12-pack.
Yeah, I'm just going to popcorn and Coors Light this thing to death.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to specifically be it, but just get some alcohol and...
I mean, however you float this boat, go ahead.
Exactly. Just,
But now...
I gotta stop for a minute.
Yep.
I just gotta stop.
And get some help.
Yes, I need some help.
We also have some people that need some help
And that's these people listening right now.
right this moment.
You sitting in your car. You sitting on your sofa. You sitting at the work desk, sneaking earbuds in while you're supposed to be doing work, but you're listening to the Super Media Bros.
You sitting on your bed with your hand down your pants with lotion on the side.
It's free real estate.
That's what the sperms say when they go into the comforter.
Exactly. Oh, God. The comfort. The comforter.
I'm comfortable now.
Oh, God damn it.
All million of us.
Well, you know what? All million of us. I don't even know if there's a million of them, but I think there are thousands of them that are out there
Yeah.
who should be listening to us on Podcoin.
Yes.
Podcoin is the app that pays you to listen to podcasts. Fuck yeah. You do it anyway. So why not get paid to do it?
And get all the cool shit, like gift cards to places that you usually shop at.
Starbucks.
Amazon.
Or you can donate it to charity like we do.
And just don't give a fuck about money. Just be like, hey, give it to a good cause.
These people need clean water. These people need food. These kids need stuffed animals.
How about clothes on their backs?
That's it.
It's that simple.
That's right. It's free to sign up at podcoin.com. The app is free on the App Store and Android. Fucking do that shit and get paid.
I can confirm. I use Podcoin all the fucking time.
Same. It's the only way that we listen to podcasts, and it could change the way that you listen to podcasts.
And I know it sounds like a stereotypical ad, but it's actually true.
Yeah, I like listening to that shit on here.
So do it.
That's where the money goes. We will give this shit to charity. You can, and you guys out there, there's some sweet ass headphones on there. I still look at them. It's a lot of points to save up for, but god damn it, do it.
You're like that Wolverine meme where he's looking at a picture and he's just holding his hand over like, oh, these are coming to me soon.
Would you like to get coins faster? Use our offer code SUPERPOD to get 300 coins on the Super Media Bros when you sign up today.
On the spot.
Oomph. You should go check out some buddies of ours that share our network, our podcast network that we're on.
Yes.
Do you like the television do you like the television do you like the
So
television
what?
so what? Do you like Friends?
Do you like How I Met Your Mother?
What about How I Met Your Friends?
Do you watch Friends?
Do you watch How I Met Your Mother?
Then you should listen to How I Met Your Friends. Hi, I'm Kathleen.
And I'm Julie, and we are the ladies behind How I Met Your Friends, the podcast that explores the similarities and theories of Friends and How I Met Your Mother.
Every week, we watch an episode from each show and dive deep into the crossovers and catchphrases.
So if you've ever noticed the similarities between these fantastic shows, come check out our podcast.
You can reach us on social media at How I Met Your Friends Pod or email howimetyourfriendspod@gmail.com.
Do it! Just do it!
Did that scare you?
No, it made me laugh.
Darn! Just loud.
It's like, laugh!
Laugh! Yes. So fucking go do that shit, man.
It was just hilarious how we did the first part of the introduction to their
I didn't fucking think about that shit either.
Do you listen to Friends? Do you listen to How I Met Your Mother? And then repeat.
And then repeat, except much better sounding.
Much more attractive sounding.
Exactly. Oh, fuck.
They don't sound like this. No. How I Met Your Friends.
Your mom listens to that podcast.
And so do your friends.
Let's get lighthearted. I'm just kidding. Let's go to Prototype X29A.
Which is not lighthearted at all.
No, it's not, it's so not lighthearted that it's set in the year 2057. And then once again in 2077 because there's a fucking time gap and oh god.
But at least it doesn't timestamp every fucking scene.
Look, I'm not even going to make any bones about this, y'all. This movie lost me some time, and it wasn't like plot point wise. It's just more of what the fuck is going on.
There's a lot of unnecessary like happenings going on, and at one point, about 30 minutes into it, it just felt like, where are we going with this?
I felt like I was watching a really higher budget Neil Breen film.
See, that's kind of Not. I don't want to use that dude's name on any of this shit.
That's why I said it. I was like, at first, like, why is this happening?
Because my instant thought was, okay, this is actually pretty promising the way they started it, and then like it's 30 minutes into it, it's like, okay.
Yeah, because the film opens in Los Angeles. See, this is the Los Angeles that we were looking for, not in R.O.T.O.R.
There's a connection.
There's a Miami connection.
Somewhere in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Fuck. Miami connection, LA rejection.
Prototype rejection. Prototype X section.
Prophylactic X29A. Because get ready to get fucked.
Prostate X.
Prostex. It's like a fucked up.
It's got good Prostex.
It's like a cream. Buy new Prostex right now.
Searching for the cure. Search.
Do it! Just do it!
Right now.
But no. It started off. There's this, duo or trio of guys outside this really ruined looking building, and one of the guys is quoting like card game like lingo. Reshuffle the deck. Reshuffle the deck. The Joker is here. And you see on the screen, like this green screen with like this very badly like CGI like edge part of like computer looking shit. Like, shuffle the deck. What does that mean? It means to move cards and randomly. I'm like, okay. But they did that to confuse the prototype.
It made me laugh. It was like the same sound effects getting used each time.
Oh god, that was so fucking great.
Like the metal fucking just clanging together.
Okay, so to give you some kind of context with that, whenever the prototype, which by the way, I want this suit like to wear personally. It looks fucking legit. But anyway, the robot is basically walking up to these guys shooting at him, which is not phasing the prototype whatsoever. Every time he shot a homing missile to them, you see this like first person view, and it's like this lock screen looking like visor thing going.
Dude, it looks like Top Gun, like the video game.
Yeah. If you ever remember like America's Most Wanted or those like police dramas where like you hear the jail cell door closing, that's what it sounds like.
That's it.
And it was very prominent noise. It kind of like overshadowed everything else. But like every time he shot that rocket, it was just.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That was a really good sound effect. I'm gonna fucking rip that shit out and use it later, probably. So, we forgot to mention that the premise of this film is that obviously it's in the future. there's a war between two, I guess they call them races at this point, and it's really more or less two different types of cybernetic organisms. One being the prototypes, which are full-blown robot, and then the Omegas, which are basically just humans that have
like cybernetic
enhancement, basically.
Implants, basically.
And their cerebrum. Like it's in the back of the neck, but
It's very Matrixy.
Yeah, because while they're still kind of like cyborgish, they retain human emotion, human connection, all that other shit.
But at some point, they had this big idea to assassinate every Omega with prototypes.
Because the prototype were to be the next step in the evolution chain.
And they couldn't have them both in the same place, so they're like, just kill them off. And that's where we start with this one.
Skynet took over. Yep. I'm just going to say it. Skynet fucking took over. And this is the resistance.
Skynet, RoboCop again. Oh, whatever. But he's basically hunting this Omega signal that he's picking up. And there's a shot of inside the building, their base, I guess, of this guy like typing something. And this girl walks up from behind. It's, like a little 4-year-old girl, I want to say, maybe. And she's scared. Like, she keeps saying, Daddy, Daddy, blah, blah, blah. While Prototype is literally just shooting the fuck out of the place. No holds bars whatsoever. And the dad, or the leader, I guess, sends his daughter off with these guys. And basically to protect her from Prototype. And Prototype eventually finds the signal of the Omega, which is inside the building from what he saw. And he kills them off inside the building and just walks outside. Now, whenever a prototype kills its target or finishes its objective, it self-destructs. So he walks out, slowly just falls to the ground, and that's it.
Can we talk about when he blew that one motherfucker up, though? That missile went right through him and then blew the building up behind him.
It went like reverse chest burster. Because it went through the chest, into the back, and then to the building behind and blew up. I don't know how this happens in real life, but goddamn, we need shit like that.
That is a sharp fucking missile, dude.
Dude, like, there was like no impact at all through that body, and there was like, building.
I mean, decimation station. Yeah. 100%, dude. Like, God, that'd be a fucking cool name for a movie.
Decimation station.
It is just like nothing but explosions the whole time.
Michael Bay, where are you? When we actually want you and need you, this is the time.
Jesus Christ, yeah. So that's pretty much what the fuck happens. And I had to fucking laugh because the prototype would keep searching for them, and then they would keep looking at him on these cameras that were outside this base somehow, and the rendering looks like a fucking PlayStation 1 cutscene.
Oh my God.
I swear to fucking everything, it was like dial-up internet. So as he's walking...
But it's funny because whenever you look through his visor, it does that like staticky like scream on his face, like he's like having a hard time trying to focus or something.
He should have had a 5-hour energy.
No, he should get away from dial-up and go to freaking high-speed internet.
Shit, it's 2057, dude. Yeah, exactly.
You would think you would have a little bit faster speed than dial-up.
No.
But I guess since it's like apocalyptic setting, kind of hard to come across anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we advance 20 years later.
Yeah, the child sees the dead person. It's like, oh no, what am I going to do? It's supposed to be sad, but it's kind of like, what the fuck? Why am I supposed to give a shit? I don't know.
Daddy Derek.
No.
Run away.
Yeah. So, you cut to 20 years later in 2077. They don't come out and say it right away, which I'm just going to fucking say it anyway, because I'm going to get fucking sick and tired of calling her the girl. This chick named Chandra has an ex named Hawkins, who is a paraplegic. And they seem to be part of this like military group. And it's almost like a fallout of the war that happened before this. You know, the Omega versus Prototype war that happened.
Right.
So this is kind of where shit gets a little convoluted until maybe like the last 40 minutes of the movie.
It starts to fall together, trust me.
It does. It's just kind of like a really random chain of events that get put into place before it happens. But it does get there. And then it made me fucking laugh, though, because they're arguing. You can tell they're exes, like they've been together and shit. And she just fucking straight up looks at him, like, because he keeps like, oh, you can stay at my place, blah, blah, blah. I don't want you out there alone. Have you ever heard the phrase, you're beating a dead dog with a broken stick?
No. Where the hell did you hear that from? I mean, we're in 2019, so I'm assuming 30-something years, 50-something years.
Not a damn animal in sight.
Yeah.
So she eventually just is like, I'm gonna go look for Sebastian. Whoever the fuck that is. I mean, I know who he is, but at this point in time, it's like, well, whoever the fuck this kid is, or person.
And the first time we see Sebastian is in an inn/church/ something. I don't know what the fuck this place is.
Yeah, because Hawkins and Chandra apparently share also before this happens, they share these sexual fantasies with each other.
Through the Datadyne or DataNet or Skynet, whatever digital concoction they call this thing at this point.
Finet.
The fucknet.
Yeah.
But yeah, they literally, hook up through their little, Pornhub looking shit. And they have
It literally is a porn hub.
Yeah, porn HUD, like a heads-up display.
Giving heads-up display.
In two manners of speaking.
Exactly.
But yeah, they're having this like little sexual fantasy with each other. It's like, do you feel me? And you just see Hawkins just like, oh my God.
He's like, uh-huh. His O face is the best.
Oh, fucking hell.
His O face is the best. Oh, fucking hell.
The face was priceless. The noise he made was just so fucking random. Like, oh!
Do that again.
Oh! You gonna rip that too?
I don't know, maybe, but it was
You
just
need
really
to.
funny. I might do it, yeah.
Every O face. Oh!
It's like if
Yoshi's
Yoshi were
O face.
Yoshi.
Yoshi. Yo! Yum bum.
Yeah, exactly. He likes to eat the ass. Yum bum. Any fucking way.
I mean, he likes that, physicality shit. He gets beaten to like Mario. Hits him in the back of the head. Yum bum. Yum bum.
Donkey punches him really, really hard. Yum. He's like, ooh. Yum bum. Yum bum. Yum bum. Over and over and over again.
Excellent.
Let's go.
Let's a blow.
Let's a blow. So, yeah, after all that bullshit, because, I mean, we went from PlayStation effects to Nintendo, like, sound effects, so I don't fucking know.
The rivalry is strong.
Somewhere
Yeah.
in Los Angeles. Dr. Alex Zelanzi. I'm just going to call her Al. Call me Al. Or just Alex. I don't fucking know. I'm just going to... Dr. A.
Call me. Call me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Finds Dr. Torrance. She's apparently working on this program to help Kozlo, which is Hawkins, so I'm just going to call him Hawkins, to help him walk again.
The helm walking.
Yeah. He's going to moonwalk again, god damn it. It's basically...
Hawkins needs a walking.
What is that? He's in a hawker. He's in a hawker. It's not a walker, it's a hawker. It's basically one of the prototype suits that were left over from the war. I think it was the actual prototype that dies in the beginning.
Yep.
Any fucking way. Like, we find that shit out. And apparently this group of mercenaries are killing these rando motherfuckers outside. And I was starting to lose track at this point in the movie. I felt like it was trying a little too hard to be cryptic. Because they weren't... I mean, I don't need my handheld through a lot of shit, but sometimes, like, shit gets a little too convoluted. They don't say just enough. Like, they need to say, like, just enough, but not... over shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm
like
making
either
sense.
you constantly rewind to try and pinpoint what the fuck they're saying or doing, and then on the other hand, you're sitting there just, okay, I need something a little bit more sustenance than what's given to me to get some kind of idea of what's going to happen or what is happening.
Yeah, thank you, because
Yeah.
I suck at words sometimes.
Yeah.
And we're on a podcast, and I suck at words sometimes.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. There's these thugs. They're attacking Chandra.
Alex sees that Omegas have been programmed to combat prototypes again, but she's not sure why. There are no prototypes. Like everybody that lives there is like pretty much essentially like a protector at this point.
Yep.
They're kind of taking on the role of Omega without being Omegas.
Mm-hmm.
So we find Sebastian, who's being chased by this reverend with a gun.
Okay, just that one sequence where he's running through this section where the podium was with the Reverend, and he's just like, stop! Holding his finger out, just waving it. It's like, no! And you see the camera just pan into his finger, like, oh,
Stop! Shit. It's like Stewie from...
No! Stop! Look what I can do! I'm gonna kill him!
With my finger gun.
Bang!
God damn it. This felt like a Robert Rodriguez sequence in a way, though.
Yeah.
Like the way the lighting was and the way it looked. And he kind of reminded me of that that spot in Little Nicky where Quentin Tarantino was the fucking the priest. He's like, you make the Lord very nervous.
we're all gonna die.
the blind priest.
Yeah.
Rabbi. Was he a rabbi?
No, he was.
It's something. God damn it. He was something.
No, he was the actual priest.
He was a holy man.
Yeah, he was a man of God.
Man of God, eh?
Behind the old Navy.
Behind the old Navy. Dude, I wonder if there were any old navies around there. Like
I
maybe
would
the
assume.
missiles they were firing into was an old Navy building, just demolished as fuck.
Just an O Navy.
Yeah, O face Navy. God damn it. Anyway, so yeah, that whole sequence happens, and then Sebastian leaves the church.
No. You forgot a very funny part of that sequence.
Are you talking about the graffiti on the wall?
No, that too, but
Okay.
no. Whenever Hawkins was telling the Reverend to not shoot the kid, he's
That's
just a
it.
kid. He's
Yeah.
just a kid. Sebastian had his bow out with his arrow notched, and the Reverend had his revolver ready to shoot. And he's like, "I'm going to purify this evildoer right here." He shot the arrow into the fucking barrel of the gun, and it exploded in his hand. He's like, "Ah, my eyes!"
That was fucking excellent.
Dude, Hawkeye would be like jealous at this point.
Hell yeah! This kid might be on the new Avengers team someday. Who knows?
Avengers 2077.
2099.
Yeah.
Avengers 2099.
With the Spider-Man 2099.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's just pretend that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So that fucking happens. Hawkins follows Sebastian outside, and there's a bunch of random tires in this fucking shot because we're tired of this shit right now.
Yeah,
I was tired of it right then.
We still haven't gotten past the hump of so.
Yeah. So he just follows him outside. Chandra is around, and she's getting cornered by two guys, like just thugs or whatever. Hawkins fucking sees this shit, and dude, they walk over to him and they beat the fucking shit out of him. But it's actually kind of funny because he like kind of hip tosses one of them.
Yeah,
in
in his wheelchair.
Amazing.
He was wheel tired of him.
He was, yeah, wheelie tired.
Yeah. But yeah, he gets his ass handed to
Yeah,
him.
they fucking hold him. They pick him out of the chair. They fucking beat the fuck out of him, dude. Like real hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chandra just runs away.
No comment.
Yeah. And then later you see Hawkins like fucking like cleaning his wounds and shit, and he like sexually grunts while he's doing. He's just like,
Like he taps his side, just yeah, because it was just a weird shot. It was a weird shot of these like debris formation and this red water flowing down into the drain, and we're like looking at each other. What is going on? Never mind. Oh yeah, that happens. Okay.
it's fucking terrible.
It looked like one of those experimental like indie films, like from France, where they're like just portraying like just this one part of the body, like the leg, and it's just draining water.
Focus on the leg.
Just the leg
Focus on the leg.
for about 5 minutes. Because yeah, it goes from the leg to like a way far away shot of the corner where you could have seen his dong, at this point. And he just
dong 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 dong.
he drops a freaking bucket into this hole where it has water, and then he picks it back up. And he puts more water on his. He touches his tra-la-la. His
My ding ding dong. I forgot about that.
I will never forget about
No,
that.
no, I remember that it existed, but it was just like up until this point, it hasn't been on my mind for a little while.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Yes.
Anyway, so he lays down and then Chandra joins him, fucks him, and it's so creepy because the way that she goes about doing it, she's just like rubbing on his leg. She's like, "Can you feel that?" And he just kind of looks at her. He's like, "You dumb fuck, I'm a paraplegic." I mean, he doesn't say that, but
Can't feel shit.
if it were me, I'd have been like, "Are you fucking serious?"
That's what I said at first. I was like, bitch, are you serious?
Is this bitch serious?
I can't feel my legs when I'm with you.
I don't love it.
No,
I don't love it.
no.
I can't feel my legs when I'm with you. I don't love it. I still don't love it.
Get out there, girl.
Maybe next weekend.
Yeah.
So,
When we're able.
yeah, no shit. So she fucks him. She fucks a paraplegic. Because, I mean, I think I'm no scientist. I'm no doctor. I'm no expert. I realize that maybe certain parts of your body can get completely screwed over. Like you could lose feeling from your knees below, but I would feel like if you can't feel your legs, you couldn't feel your junk either.
I mean, it depends on how far up the damage is. Like, if it's just right to, like, the hip, maybe a little bit lower than that, then I can assume. But if it's, like, at the base of the spine or the pelvis, I mean, that's pretty much, like, all nerves going down. So,
Okay,
I don't know.
I can buy it.
They never explain, like, how much damage or what was, like, actually damaged on Hawkins in the war. So,
Yeah, okay, I'll buy it. Fuck it. For the movie's sake, I'll buy it.
because, I mean, you saw in the beginning whenever he was having that orgasm with the freaking, Pornhub.
This is true.
So he obviously feels something down there.
It's a robogasm.
Rogasm.
Yeah. So meanwhile, elsewhere, Dr. Alex is doing more research, and she's trying to basically reactivate the prototype that was found.
Yeah, they're breaking through sequences of security clearance to get through each, like, phase, basically.
And she kind of comes across like, oh, who would be a candidate for this? And somehow in the database, she finds Hawkins, that, he was injured in the war and he can't walk. So obviously it would be like a suitable candidate because, he was a fucking injury and
He may want to walk again.
exactly. So she visits him and she wants to basically, as she describes it, rebirth him in a prototype's body. The memories would be recorded and implanted. There's no subconscious. It's obviously highly experimental.
Right.
So we get to like this random gambling sequence.
Yeah.
Is that where Sebastian's at?
Sebastian and Chandra eventually meet up at this little gambling spot. And probably the most animated character out of both films combined was the Hustler.
I swear to God, dude, I told you while we were watching this, he reminded me of Shane Ryan's character in fucking Samurai Cop 2. Like, that's literally what he did. Like, when he was trying to talk in Japanese, like, language, he was trying to speak Japanese. He was like,
I want to hear this man sing.
I bet he'd make a hell of a James Brown backing vocalist, dude.
Get up, hit me.
Ouch!
Hit me.
Ouch! Jump back! Wanna hurt myself! Ouch!
Two. 1, 2, 3.
Hey! Any fucking way.
I hear a large groan. Ugh.
God. Shut the fuck up! Okay.
Y'all are stupid. No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, we're pretty goddamn dumb.
But yeah,
the gambling. Like,
yeah, Sebastian, tests his fate, and he has like some kind of like little apparatus in his hand where he tries to cheat the system and he eventually wins. Well, homeboy Hustler grabs this like rocket launcher looking shotgun thing. Chandra pushes him out of the way and is like, "No, I'll gamble. I'll gamble you." So he's like, "Ding."
okay. Bitch.
So she eventually does the same thing. She'll, gamble, whatever the fuck that Sebastian was doing. In the background, did you notice Sebastian was notching an arrow and nobody like find that all like off?
That little Sebastard.
Yeah. So while he was doing that, freaking Chandra was, reading the sequence of the machine. And at this point, me and him were going back and forth. I was like, okay, maybe Sebastian's the next Omega. And then I was like, no, actually it might be her. And the way she reacted, I assumed that she was the next Omega.
Yeah, she looked off at her little dial-up shit and... Yeah.
Yeah. And then she calls it, and literally all hell fucking breaks loose.
Dude, this fight is great.
Yeah.
Some people get fucking punched out and choked the fuck out, beat the fuck straight down.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
It's great.
How was it? Awesome. Fuck.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, Chandra and Sebastian meet outside, and it's like, don't do this ever again.
Yeah, because he like stole her money to gamble with.
Yeah.
Sebastard.
Little bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah. And then breaks away from that.
So Chandra goes to see Hawkins, and you kind of get the idea that obviously he feels very inferior because he's paraplegic, because he's like, if things were different between us, you think we'd still be together? And she's like, I don't want to talk. Like, she reminded me of Lisa from
Lisa,
the Room.
I was about to say Lisa from the Room.
I don't want to talk about it.
Why?
But if things were different, I don't want to talk about it. But what if I could walk again?
I don't want to talk about it.
Hey, that's pretty good. Like, we're so fucked up if she changed her tone right there. I don't want to talk about it. But what if I could walk again? Hey, that's pretty good.
It's rubbish.
Dude, it is rubbish. God damn it. The mayor of Rubbish Town. Oh, man.
Because that's literally what it looks like. And it's like, it's rubbish. It's like a freaking landfill.
Dude, I kind of wonder if they did shoot this whole thing at like just some giant fucking like open desert landfill waste site thing, because there's no goddamn way they had the budget to fly in all these like fucked up like rockade like building thing.
Like apparatuses and towers and metalwork. And
there's no fucking way, because the budget sure as shit does not show.
No. Well,
I mean, on the suit and like some of the fucking effects maybe, but
I mean, the camera work wasn't bad either.
well, no. Like there's things about the movie that obviously you can associate with the budget. Bad calls not being one of them.
Sony, why'd you give away your rights for this film?
What?
Those graphics.
Oh yeah,
The PlayStation.
See,
1
I'm already
graphics.
like, why? Like, it's so mind-boggling. I wouldn't even think that they would do that. Like, why would you do this?
Yeah. This is not free real estate.
No, it's not. It's fucking worse.
But yeah, we don't understand a lot of this film up to this point.
So we get cut over to Alex, Dr. Alex, setting up the rebirth process because she's got the damn body and everything, and poof, there it is. Sebastian and Chandra wonder where the fuck Hawk went. Cuts back to the dude. I fucking swear on everything. It fucking cuts back, and there's like this heroic ass music playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh my god, here's the big reveal. The fucking doors open up.
You are now rocking with Will.i.am and Robo Bitch.
Out comes Robo Bitch.
Yep. Not just once, but twice.
Just
because
twice.
apparently in this sequence, he has to come out the same door twice.
You are now rocking with Will.i.am and Robo Bitch.
Part 2.
Yep. Row 2.
Fight. So Robo Bitch comes out. Hawkins is now in the body. He's a prototype now.
And they're doing the whole like montage of like, oh yeah, we built them faster, stronger.
Yeah.
Doing the little graphics of him walking in the background, the computer and shit
More
like that.
PlayStation work.
Yeah, thank you, Sony.
You Sony's a bitches.
Yeah.
So anyway, they go outside, or he goes outside. You don't see where he goes, but elsewhere, Chandra's being assaulted by 4 dudes, like the same few guys from earlier, I believe. And Sebastian shows up, fucking shoots one of them with an arrow, but Hawkins, Robo Bitch, is up in the little
The hills.
Yeah, where the hills have
The land
eyes.
hills.
Jesus Christ. What is he doing up there?
We don't know, but apparently they have this like...
Is he spank banking it up there? Like, is he recording this and he's like, this is my spank bank?
It's like...
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
No, that's the sound before he does it because he freezes midway.
I'm gonna pray, and then he just dial up and comes over. Fucking. Do you have Life Alert? Just like a fucking Life Alert commercial right after.
Help! I've jacked off and I can't get off.
I'm jacked up and I can't get down.
I've dialed up and I can't get off. We're on our way, sir. They jiggle the cord. Turn the power back on and off. Yep, he broke. I'm sorry, yeah, he stroked.
Oh, Jesus fuck.
But no, like you hear this like statically like weird ass noise in the background. All the freaking guys look up and like, oh, but it's Robo Bitch. They all start to run off.
Fuck!
They all start to run. They run off, and you see the guy with his freaking arrow in his ass run, just like limping around. And they both like Chandra and I can't even speak. Sebastian look up and is like, who the fuck is that bitch?
I'm Robo Bitch.
And he just walks away.
Yeah, so just walks away. So they return to the lab. Like Dr. Alex gets Robo Bitch to return to the lab. Checks his adjustment and like his memories in the suit. And correct me if I'm wrong, Chandra just fucking shows up and like has words with him and fucking shoots him.
Yeah.
Like right there. The fuck? She just like, you're not Hawkins, shoots the fuck out of him.
But
and you
then-
find out it's not really Hawkins, it's just a vessel with his memories.
Right. Because as soon as he sees her, all you see is, do you feel me? Hands are like right there to throat, and it's like, oh, wait, hold on.
Hold on.
You're my bitch.
You're my Robo Bitch.
Then he walks away.
Yeah, and then she fucking leaves. She gets taken by like two of these guys. And they cut a device from her neck. And then they plug it in, because it's what you do.
That's apparently a thing in this world.
And then you find out that, oh my God, this is a message from her dad. And she was the little girl that got given away at the beginning of the movie. And she is supposed to be the next Omega leading the revolution.
Which we called that before. But yeah. So,
But
yeah.
I was laughing my fucking ass off at the dialogue, dude. I made this for you when you were old enough to understand. But I don't understand!
20 years later, you still don't fucking understand.
I don't get it, bitch.
Her dad's just probably like this digital memories like, God damn it.
Digital fucking Picard facepalm just...
Yeah. Right through him.
He puts his hand in the back of his head. Should have had a V8, bitch.
Should have had a son.
Oh, God.
Sorry, that was poor taste of jokes, but still. I mean, just when you understand. I don't understand.
I should have had a son. Bitch.
This is why I sent Prototype after you. Subconsciously.
Prototype A personality.
Hepatipe A.
Prototypus B.
That guy Prototypus.
Oh, shit.
But
I should have worn my prophylactic X29A.
But yeah, oh God, I just thought of something. We forgot that one part. It's like, you won't fuck me with that rubber.
Yeah, well, no, thanks. Hang on. He fucking, the dude that they were gonna like rape Chandra. And so the one guy's like, oh yeah. And he fucking pulls a used condom, hands it to the other dude, like shakes it off. Like, what?
Whoa. Okay.
They went there.
Back off.
Let's-
I'm not dealing with this shit.
Same. I'm coming back over here.
Ew. Fast forward back.
Okay, cool.
And we find out that these guys that abducted her are actually the protectors. of the Omegas. So they're not there to hurt her. They're there to make sure she survives to be the next leader.
Yeah, because she basically, Alex finds out that Hawkins has a built-in primary objective at this point.
Yep.
And basically, it's the old primary objective of every prototype. And their primary objective was to hunt down and kill any Omega that existed. So now, here comes the drama alert because, oh my God, our two protagonists have become one protagonist and the antagonist. Because now we got the two ex-lovers that are supposedly lovers once more on opposite ends of the spectrum. But do we really give a fuck at this point?
No. So at this point, Alex is confronting Dr. Torrance.
Yeah.
Or Torrance, I guess. Yeah. And she explains, like, I was never aware that he was a weapon or blah, 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 blah. And she's like, well, you were involved in this case for a reason, for medical research purposes.
Yeah. Find out that this motherfucker used her just to get the prototype thing up and running.
So she grabs a gun, decides, like, am I going to make it out here alive? And he's like, oh, don't worry about that stuff, basically. And then he turns around and walks away and stops. He looks to the side, and you see, like, this blue silhouette kind of looking shit going on. And he's like, goodbye, doctor, whatever fuck her name was. And pulls this, like, looks like a perfect Dark gun from Joanna Dark. She had this, like, pistol with, like, a scope on it. It looked just like that. And just shoots the fuck out of her from a distance. And she just falls to
blows her the fuck away.
Yeah. And then he assumes the leadership of Prototype and starts giving the commands, basically.
And then meanwhile, Chandra is packing to leave. And then she tells Sebastian, don't fucking follow me. And you know, I love it. He's just like, stupid bitch.
We can't play brother and sister anymore. That was an actual line.
He reminds me of, like, if this movie were The Room, he would be Denny.
Yeah. That awkward kid that, you know, is a little brother, but at the same time, I just motherfucker.
So bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Hawkins is being used to carry the program out. He's told that he's replaceable. And can we talk about how when he talks again, like, I swear on everything, or I don't know if we've talked about how he speaks, but dude, he sounds like he's always dying of thirst. Like he wants a glass of water so bad, but he's a robot.
What is my objective?
I would give anything for a glass of motor oil.
5 gas oil. 5W30.
Non-synthetic, please.
I'm very dehydrated and dry from all that checking off I was doing.
Spending my fluids everywhere. My hose is leaking.
My transmission fluid.
Check my dipstick, please. My fluids are leaking and my hose is running. Water! Water!
My very violent hose.
He just falls the fuck apart.
You're tearing me apart.
Oh, God. I wish that would have been the end of the movie. He's just like, he just dies of thirst right there. Just
Because he's a thirsty hoe.
Exactly. He's a pro-ho type.
Thirsty pro-ho type?
Hodo type.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so he winds up shooting Torrance, or whatever the fuck the dude's name is. He shoots the fuck out of him.
Mm-hmm.
He hunts him down. And god damn it, we were cracking the fuck up because Torrance runs in this like semicircular. It looks like a goddamn like a car, like not a factory, but a junkyard.
Junkyard, yeah.
I couldn't fucking think. It looks like a junkyard. He looks like Doc from Back to the Future, just waving his fucking gun all around.
Great shot.
Great shot, Marty. Oh, great shot. Well, he gets shot the fuck. Dude, not only does he get shot, he gets fucking exploded everywhere.
Yeah, it's literally just flames.
You just hear,
great God. He went back to the future.
Yeah, he did. He gets shot so hard, he goes back in time, circles back around to 2077. What the fuck?
What the fuck, Marty?
Gets shot again and dies.
Great shot.
So Hawkins just starts blowing a bunch of shit up. Then there's like a fist fight out of nowhere. This two protectors were coming out to fight him or whatever. Dude, he bear hug crushes this guy, and it sounds like bamboo sticks again. No. Exactly. Then the final face-off is Hawkins facing off with Chandra, who doesn't really do very much, and then another of the protectors. Hawkins gets fucking tossed around a little bit, dude. Like, I swear to God, the guy that watched this must have, like, I think it's 2077.
Yep.
This guy somehow has a VCR, because, I mean, DVDs could probably be a thing, but I swear to God, they would make it to where it's VHS still.
Yeah.
This guy probably has, like, an old school, like, wrestling tape from the 1980s, and all he did was study the hip toss.
Mm-hmm.
Because he hip tosses the fuck out of this damn robot.
Twice.
Just, God. And then some punching. And then a hip toss.
Yep.
And then some more punching. And another hip toss.
And another.
And another. Any fucking way. So he almost gets killed. Because he's about to break his fucking neck. He's about to break the prototype's neck. And Chandra's like, don't kill him. You stupid bitch.
Because homeboy turns around, breaks his fucking neck. All you see is just blood dripping down. And then he turns towards Chandra.
My fluids again.
I'm oily. I'm all slathered up for you.
Beers. 5W30. I asked for it about 10 minutes ago. Please help me. I waited 20 years for this shit. My hose is still leaking. For the love of RoboCop and all this holy. I should have got a tune-up. My cylinders are busting.
Instead of a V6, I should have had a V8 engine.
Yes.
So he almost dies.
Yeah.
She tells him not to kill him.
They chase him into the monitor room where she does this like one more really quick like plug into the back, sees her dad real fast, and then turns it around and says, oh, there he is. There's Prototype. And proceeds to walk up to her, grabs her by the neck, tries to choke her.
Oh, hi, Denny.
Here's Sebastian with a fucking arrow, straight shot. He turns around, grabs that arrow right before it hits him right in the face. And then he goes up to Sebastian.
Yes, it's Denny.
He goes up to Sebastian. He sees his face and he's starting to scan it on his visor. And he eventually sees the name Sebastian. And he's just like, wait, hold on. I have a memory.
Wait, I have a memory all of a sudden?
And then he proceeds to walk away to the door. And he turns around. And he's like, this helmet is too hot. I can't see.
I finally remember my destiny because I got quenched.
And we immediately have a fucking Return of the Jedi moment when Vader takes the helmet off because he takes his visor off and you just see this bloodied up face of Hawkins right there. And he just looks at him real silent and stupid like. He walks outside, just stumbling out there.
Let's have a repeat of the beginning, why don't we?
Yeah. Immediately falls to the ground, the camera just panning away, and you see Chandra and Sebastian just walking up to him. They're like, there he is.
Bitch, he dead. He robo-dead.
Yeah.
And again, we could have ended it right there. But no, because this movie thought it was going to have a sequel as well. I mean, it may have. I'm not sure. I might need to go look at it. But as far as I know, I don't think so.
So they pan into the research little room where they were doing the prototype research and all that. And that chamber that they had the body in, they panned over it a couple of times, and you see the dead Dr. Alex.
Yeah, Sebastian walks in and looks in the little chamber.
Right. And
yeah,
the ending is basically her face being shot in the tank, and the eyes just bust open. This is her story. It's ending.
This is Flaw and Order. That's Prototype X29A. I don't know. Ouch.
You hit Iron Man.
I hit Iron Man
How
and he hit me back. Okay. I have a few things to say. On one hand, R.O.T.O.R was very cohesive as far as like, oh, here's the plot, here's what's going on, here we go. Not a lot of action for what the movie poster gives you.
No.
Still a very fun movie to watch. It's still corny. It's that good old like midnight movie popcorn. Get with your friends. Just laugh at the shit that happens.
I will say the quality was so terrible with the visual part that I couldn't tell people were talking, like verbally talking with their mouths.
Yeah, the sound mixing wasn't that great. Obviously, like the Cold Iron's character was overdubbed after the movie had finished.
Way overdubbed.
Oh, yeah. So there's that. R.O.T.O.R is a fun movie. It's memorable for being what it is, but there's really not a lot that goes on. Prototype X29A is a little convoluted for about 40 minutes, but for the most part, once you get into it and see what's happening, there's a story there. But it's just a really awkward like kind of arc. They're a little too cryptic with it, which I don't mind. Like I said before, I don't mind cryptic storytelling.
Just not everybody's going to appreciate that kind of storytelling element.
Yeah, and honestly, it's so weird because normally I don't really rate movies like this, but I think for the cheeseball factor, R.O.T.O.R is fun to watch, but there's a little more of a payoff in Prototype, I think.
Yeah.
There's explosions. Those are fun. There's some fight sequences. Those are fun. There's more gunshots. Those are even more fun. It's in the future. Like way in the future. And we actually saw like what looks like an actual robot as opposed to the fucking god-awful Max Headroom claymation style robot in R.O.T.O.R. I have to give this one to Prototype, dude.
Oh, same. Like, this was already established as soon as I saw the first 10 minutes. But
we almost lost it there, though, honestly. I'll admit that. Like a little ways through the movie, about 40 minutes from there, I was like, is this going to get better?
The rabbit hole was very deep. But I love the visual part of X, mainly because there was one sequence when, towards the end, that it was nighttime and he was walking and he would turn and you see his front side. They had the blue and the purple lighting on his armor, and it looked like a really good shot, like just how they angled everything and how the light hit everything. It was just so well done. And pretty much the whole entire film is done with like a sepia filter or like a kind of like a brownish yellowish tint to everything, because it felt like it was rustic and just ancient, apocalyptic and stuff like that. So it made it more, I guess, like not dangerous per se, but more just like uninhabitable or just desolate kind of feeling.
Yeah. And also, if you look at the covers to these two movies, you get exactly what you're looking at on Prototype. You don't get shit about what it is on R.O.T.O.R, which is a big Mad Max ripoff if you actually look at the cover of it. If you go look at our social media, like you'll see the covers on the episode poster. But yeah, I mean, the purple and blue lighting like you were talking about, dude, is on the Prototype poster. Has that little grid on it, like the suit is like it's obviously a fucking suit, everybody. It's obviously a fucking cheap suit, but honestly, it looks good for what it is.
I was going to say, it didn't look too cheap to me because I was so enthralled by how the design was that I would actually like to cosplay as that if I could.
It's got abs. It looks fucking pretty sweet.
You have pecs, you have abs, you have biceps and everything. You even have a freaking part where your dick shows.
Where's the nipple?
It's the freaking little lights that show up on the top.
The little beep, 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 beep. He's got blinging ass nipples.
It's like the Knight Rider lights that just they bounce back and forth.
Teat Rider. Yeah. Tight Rider. Ew.
Going in tight.
Prototype X29A.
I need you tight.
Prototype X29A, aka give me a glass of oil. Poor bastard.
Get me wet and lubricated.
Somebody get this motherfucker a glass of 5W30.
Something.
Not water and nothing else. Just get this fucker a glass of oil. Call it a day. Prototype X29A wins this week.
Agreed.
As for R.O.T.O.R, perfect.
R.O.T.O.R.
R.O.T.O.R. That's all I got for these movies. I'm not even spending any more time on them.
Yeah, because we hit almost 2 hours.
Holy shit, that's awesome. I like that. I like that a lot.
You get so lost in everything.
Oh, but I don't fucking give a shit. I'm sure these people out there listening don't care either. They want all this content. It's nice.
So much stuff.
If you want more content, go listen to past, present, and future episodes at supermediabrospodcast.com.
Browsing.
Click around and browse and mobile it and look at it and adore it and yeah.
Get your O-face going and send us pictures of you listening to the podcast with your O-face like, oh.
Your super media bro face.
Bro.
Bro face. And you can send us those photos on our social media accounts.
Tasteful, please.
Yeah. Please. Facebook.com/supermediabros.
Bros.
Twitter.com/supermedia_bros or supermediabros_. That was our old one. Go to the new one. Please don't fucking go to the old one.
By now, you should know what the right one is.
I don't know what the right ones are. I'm just fucking up all around today.
I'm talking about them, not you.
Oh, okay, thanks. Instagram.com/supermediabrospodcast.
Well, we're just putting stupid shit up there.
Come look at our stupid pictures.
24/7 pictures of shit.
It's not all shit, but some of it is maybe. I don't know.
It's funny shit.
Would you like to support the podcast monetarily? Patreon.com/supermediabros.
Do the thing.
We've got a couple of tiers up there that you might be interested in. Go do it.
You get some bonuses stuff too if you contribute.
That's right. We're going to start rolling out the bonus episodes for our Patreon listeners probably in the next week or two.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go support us, you'll get extra episodes.
Yes.
And they're going to be fun. God damn it.
Well, we find them amusing just by the concept. It may not be funny to y'all when y'all listen to it, but still.
Oh, it's going to be great. We'll
make it great.
Oh, yeah. Next week, we got a lot to talk about next week. We were talking about this after we watched Hellboy in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few films, and at least in our opinion, there's a lot of them, but like there's some in particular that we want to talk about that we feel kind of got a little underappreciated because they're not bad. I just feel like they weren't marketed great and they kind of fell flat because marketing just gave up on these films.
Very shameful feeling.
Like Hellboy, Dredd from 2012, which that should have made more money than it did. Punisher Warzone, which was fight me. I don't fucking care. Fight me. That was a really good Punisher movie. It felt like a Tim Bradstreet comic come to life. Fuck you if you don't fucking agree. Eat my whole ass.
All of it.
We're going to talk a little bit about Knights of the Old Republic because there's supposed to be a movie coming.
Mm-hmm.
Detective Pikachu. Let's talk about next week. We'll talk about that god fucking awful Sonic the Hedgehog design. Just a little bit, not by very much, but just a little bit.
Which everybody's paramounting an investigation.
Yeah, they are. But we'll also be talking about the final film in the Fox X-Men franchise, Dark Phoenix. It won't be out by the time next week rolls around, but I definitely would like to talk about it a little bit. Maybe Jean Grey can like singe the fur off of Sonic's ass and start fresh.
Not really Sonic's ass, it's Paramount's ass they need to singe.
Well, I mean, they need to singe the look off this one and make it a little better. I feel so bad for their fucking team.
See?
They're throwing shit already.
That's Gene doing that.
Damn it, Gene. Don't be so gray.
Damn it, Gene. Got no love.
And if you guys were following us on Twitter and you saw the poll that was taken where we were kicking around the idea of a drunken Cult Cinema Showdown, I left Cody in charge of picking it, and it just so happens it's going to be the next Cult Cinema Showdown that you listen to on this podcast. If you thought the Marvel Cinematic Universe was something, oh boy.
You're going to think quite opposite of these 4 films.
We dug really deep, and we found a film company called Tomcat that put out a fucking collection of dumb fuckery. These are obviously all they should have been called parodies, but they're mockbusters, guys.
Yeah.
You got Metal Man, which is an Iron Man ripoff. You've got Captain Battle, Legacy War, which was, believe it or not, a real comic book in the 40s, but didn't last long because it was an actual Captain America ripoff.
Mm-hmm.
Thunderstorm, The Return of Thor. Remember when I showed you that trailer?
Yeah.
It looks like they combined a little bit of like Iron Man, Superman, and Thor like into this like fucked up silver and black suit.
Yeah, it's like a mechanical Thor, basically.
And guys, the fourth and final film we're going to be looking at on that episode, it's basically clip art, the motion picture, aka The Amazing Bulk.
The Amazing Bulk of purple shit.
Yeah, this is the first time, and maybe the last, I don't know. It's the first time that we're doing 4 films on this because we truly believe that we couldn't do just 2 of these. It has to be the collection of these because obviously, obviously like Hawkeye and Black Widow are a big deal, but these are essentially like the main 4 Marvel characters we got in the beginning of the MCU. Yep. So what better way to, get drunk and be stupid than to give you guys the gift of these really fucked up ripoffs?
Because I was literally going through the list that he sent me of all the pairings that we had up, and I'm like, honestly, I just can't quite get my thought process off of we should do it on these 4 films. Let's just be fucking stupid drunk.
I'm really happy that you picked these. I plan on being very wine drunk.
I don't know what kind of drunk I'll be, but we'll see.
We'll find something. So look out for that shit in 2 weeks, guys. And yeah, that's all I got for this episode this week. I'll get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here, then. Done with your shit.
That was Robocalypse Now, episode 72 of the Super Media Bros podcast. For this week, I've been Midnight Agent Raw.
And I've been Okame.
Shades on.
We're off.